And a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody, from Lake and Ray Field at Dickerson Stadium on the campus of West Virginia State University. It is Yellow Jacket football on MEC TV. Hi, everybody. Brian Noss, along with my partner this afternoon, Kent Bryson. And Kent, first of all, welcome. It's the first time you and I have had the chance to work together. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited as well. I listened to a lot of your broadcasts. I've been here already this season.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, this is an exciting team.
Oh, it is for sure. And a lot of firepower on offense. And that firepower was actually displayed last week on the road at Fairmont State. They go into the fourth quarter, and they're down 31-10. And unbelievably, they score 5 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, 35 points. And they come back and win that ball game. It was just amazing.
And that's what you're looking for with this West Virginia State University team. You know, their nickname is the Yellow Jackets, but they kind of sting you at very
game up at Fairmont State. And, one of the things that we'll find out when we talk to John Pennington here in a little while is he's going to tell everybody that this afternoon the stands are full and we're in for a great afternoon of football. You're watching MEC TV's coverage of West Virginia State University. Kent Bryson and Brian Noss will bring you the play-by-play in just a little while. Coming up next, it's our interview with John Pennington. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
John Pennington. And, Coach, before we get into today's game, 35 points in the fourth quarter. Tell me what in the world?
I have no idea. It's still hard to wrap my head around what happened. But, we kind of were moving the ball all game on offense and sputtering out at times. And it just, in the fourth quarter, we were finishing drives. Defense started getting a couple stops. That momentum flipped quickly. And I give our players a lot of credit. The sideline was incredible. There was no finger pointing. No one ever batted an eye or doubted that we were going to win that football game. And I think our conditioning, our toughness, our teamwork is what led to the victory.
If you're just joining us, thanks for tuning in. It's the West Virginia State Football Show with John Pennington. I'm Brian Noss. And Coach, you were down in that going into that fourth quarter, 31-10.
Right.
So take me back through the mindset. How were you feeling, and at what point did you start to see it turn?
I went over to the offense right after we got down by 3 touchdowns, and I just told them, like, look, you can't score 21 points in one play. Like, we just had to put a good drive together, one play at a time. And I said, I need everybody together. And Joel Felder looks at me and he's like, Coach, we're all here. We're all together. You tell us what to do, we do it.
Man.
And I was just what a leader. At that point, I was like, wow, man, they're locked in, And then the defense, after the offense scored, the defense got a little juice, and they, then both phases started kind of working together, and you just saw the momentum just overtake Fairmont. But honestly, until that 4th and 4 touchdown, it didn't feel like we were going to, we knew that we were probably going to win if we just kept at it, kept chopping. But until that 4th and 4 touchdown, it was like then you could exhale a little bit, and then we kind of took over from there.
What's that say about this football team? I mean, you've been through such adversity. Earlier on with the year with Jalik, and what's that tell you about your kids being down that much and then coming back and pulling it out?
It just says their resilience. They're tough. They're a family. Like I said, no finger pointing. Like, I wish there was a camera on the sideline the whole game because it was like art. The way they handled it, the way they just got back to the bench and said, okay, what do we need to do to fix this? What do we need to do to fix that? Everyone was just trying to do their job. And it says, that we got a team that's tough and connected, and that's what we want. We feel like when we have that, we can win those close games, and especially in the second half.
How much easier does that make it on you as a head coach when your guys are coachable? I mean,
Right.
that's easy, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's right. Then all you got to do is coach. You don't have to worry about keeping the sideline together. You just remind them to do their job. But they were exceptional. I mean, it was a master class in leadership, in resilience, and I just was so proud of them. Our coaching staff, I thought, coached an incredible game schematically and from a leadership standpoint. And when you do that, good things usually happen. But the stats ended up kind of turning in our favor. But a lot of it happened in the fourth quarter.
With that victory last week, you're 4-1 now, perfect in the conference, 3-0. You're in second place in the conference. You got to like where you're at right now, this point of the season.
We're looking at everything as a 2-game season. We divided the whole season up into 2-game increments. The first game of this 2-game season was at Fairmont and then homecoming. So we knew we had a tough road game, and then homecoming at West Virginia State is a huge deal. So no matter who we play, it's going to be a lot of work and a lot of stress and trying to make sure we put a good product out there on Saturday. So we feel good about being 1-0 in this mini season, and we just want to make sure that we do what we need to do to take care of business today.
Well, let's talk about that. You've got Concord coming in here. They've been struggling a little bit, but you've got your work cut out for you. We talked off camera. You need to run the football today.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to establish a run game early. They've struggled against the run. We've got 2 dynamic running backs and a great O-line. So we've got to make sure we establish a run. If we can do that, then I think that'll open up some of the bigger throwing explosive plays. So we've got to be able to run the football and kind of, I'm looking for us to have 200 plus rushing yards. That would probably get us a victory.
So you talk about throwing the football. How smart is John Pennington? Because way back in the summer, we talked about Caleb or we talked about Isaiah.
Right.
And now we're 5 games in, and he's the number 1 passer in the conference.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's playing exceptionally well. And Caleb's playing every week as well. I don't know if he's we got packages in for him. He has the highest squat out of any player at his weight level. So he's a big, strong runner. He can throw it. So he's been you'll see him today. So both guys are kind of playing, and both guys are they're great players. They're locked in, and you got to find a way to get those guys on the field. So can't say enough about Isaiah and his maturity and growth within our program. But the guy can spin it, and he's poised. He's a really laid back young man. So that's kind of why you see what we did in the fourth quarter.
Over 1,200 yards on the season, and like I said, he does lead the MEC. With great success, you are banged up a little bit. Talk
Right.
about some of the things that have hampered your ball club.
Well, obviously the linebacker position has been decimated. But the way that Tim Sanford is, he's a defensive back and moved him into the linebacker room, has played exceptionally well. Cam Vargas is a guy that's played a lot of snaps for us at linebacker. So getting those 2 guys, valuable reps there. So just trying to make sure, you can't really do a whole lot schematically on defense when you got new guys in new positions. So when there's a lot of guys, you're kind of limited to how many play calls you can make. So we got to stay a little vanilla on defense. And then on offense, we got a couple linemen banged up, a couple receivers banged up, but fortunately we've got great depth. We've got guys that are ready to step up and make plays. Like you looked at Adrian Mosley last week, over 100 yards receiving.
Right.
I don't think anyone would have predicted that early on. So, but he was a young man that does everything you asked him to do and was ready to step up when his number was called.
How important is it for you to have your guys ready to play? You and I texted back and forth when Amari got hurt, and all you said to me was next man up.
Yeah.
How important is that for everybody to be ready?
Well, I mean, it's that's what a mentally tough football team does, and that's something that we constantly not just talk about but emphasize. How to be mentally tough and how to handle the ups and downs of a football season. That's another reason why we talk about a 2-game season, because this 2-game season, Adrian Mosley is one of the key players, but the first 2-game season it was more of Joel and Justin Pessoa show and Amari.
Right.
So we talk about it all year. Like different guys are going to need to step up in different moments, and I wish we could tell you what plays those are and what games those are going to be, but that's why we need everybody ready.
Brian Austin, John Pennington on the West Virginia State Football Show. Glad you're with us. Before I let you go, I'll ask you this one question. West Virginia State wins today if
we can run the football for over 200 yards and if we can stop explosive pass game.
You're going to see it coming up here in just a little while. It's West Virginia State homecoming today, playing host to the Concord Mountain Lions. John, thanks so much for your time. We're coming back with the kickoff right here on MEC TV, our coverage of West Virginia State Yellow Jacket football. Stay with us.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Welcome back to MEC TV's coverage of West.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
Sure, you stop by and get some great food that's in the homecoming parking lot, and then make it to the game. This is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, this there was a ton of traffic coming in here today, and so it's good to see the stands full. And it couldn't ask for a nicer day. Again, we're not going to see very much wind at all today. Maybe a 5-mile-an-hour breeze. Temperature right around 70 degrees, and it is going to be a great ball game. So I'm really looking forward to it. Quentin Williams is going to be back in his end zone to receive the kick, and teeing it up at the 35-yard line for Concord is going to be Josh Hutley. He's a graduate kicker from Geelong, Australia. The guy came all the way from Australia to play football today.
I don't know if that's on the Google map, but he found it.
He did find it. Again, Quentin Williams will be at his goal line, and we'll get things underway here this afternoon.
Looking for a kickoff return today.
Yeah, we could do it. West Virginia State coming in 4-1, and they are a perfect 3-0 in the conference. And here we go. And they don't want to kick it to Williams. It's going to be taken by one of our up men. And quickly brought down is Nolan Johnson on the return. He didn't get very far at all, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. And the line of scrimmage is going to be right around the 35-yard line.
And already you can see West Virginia State's coming out in their familiar offense. They're actually going with it looks like an H-back. So we have 3 wide receivers, an H-back, and Mr. Felder as our lone running back.
Joel is the sidecar. Out of the shotgun, and they give it to number 7. Joel right up the middle. He'll cross the 35-yard line out to about the 37. We're to bring up a 2nd down and about 5.5 on the carry for Joel. Just underway here at Lake and Ray Field at Dickerson Stadium on the campus of West Virginia State University. Brian Austin, Kent Bryson bringing you Yellow Jacket football. Felder over the right side. Joel trying to turn the corner, and he is stopped up at the 40-yard line. Maybe a couple of yards, Kent, and that's it.
And I got to tell you, if you're scouting Joel Felder, one of the things you have to be aware of is his versatility. He's in the top 10 in Division II in all-purpose yards. He's averaging about 80 yards receiving per game, a little bit over 100 rushing per game. So he is your everything back.
And you just saw him come off the field. He lost his helmet on that play. So NCAA rules say you have to come out for at least a play. So now 3rd and 3 for West Virginia State. Isaiah Best, your quarterback. He wants to throw over the middle, and he's caught. Has a man. That's going to be close to the first down. That's Adrian Mosley. And he does get enough for the first, Ken. It will be a chance to move the sticks here for the Yellow Jackets.
And that's what you want in your first series. You got a lot of emotions. It's homecoming. Your crowd is here. Your family's here. Everyone is here. So your schedule's a little off because you're probably entertaining a lot of visitors that you normally don't entertain. But we do have an injury on the field.
We do have an injured Mountain Lion down at the moment. So we will take a quick break here. Just underway, 13:51 to go in the first, and no score. We'll come back right after this.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Justin Pessoa, the ball carrier, and he crosses the 46 down to the 45-yard line, Ken, and that's another Yellow Jacket first down, and they're hurt. They're not wasting any time.
Absolutely not, and you really have to like Justin Perosa. He is a good 1-2 punch with Joel Felder.
Best under pressure. He's flushed. Now he's going to throw down the right side looking for Mosley, and almost intercepted. Threw it a little bit short, intended for Mosley. Nehemiah Scott on the coverage for the Mountain Lions. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And I got to tell you, Best just didn't lead Mosley enough. If he had him beat, the ball was a little short. It allowed the DB to come back and come to the ball. But, again, West Virginia State offense is fast-moving, feast or famine.
Give us to Joel Felder up the middle. Joel fights his way down to the 42-yard line. Incidentally, I got to say, Joel came up to me before the ball game, and he said, please do me a favor. Tell my mom, Stephanie, that I love her and that she's on my heart and on my mind always. So, Stephanie, I know you're watching today. Joel told me to tell you that, and I wanted to get that out of the way early so you would know that your baby's thinking about you here this afternoon. 3rd and 7 on a running clock, 12:40 to go in the first. Brian Nostin, Kent Bryson, bringing you Yellow Jacket football on MEC TV. Isaiah Best, lots of time, wants to throw in and out of the hands of number 7, Felder. And it's going to bring up a 4th down situation here. And what's John Pennington going to do?
Well, it looks like he is going to punt with his all-conference kicker, Schmidt.
Yeah, Brendan Schmidt has really done a great job for West Virginia State. He averages about 44 yards a punt. His long is 55 yards this year, and he's had 4 balls inside the 20 so far this season. So Schmidt will be doing the punting for West Virginia State, and standing back deep for the Mountain Lions is Jake Roberts, number 4. He'll be standing at about the 12 or 13-yard line. High snap, Schmidt controls it, and he kicks it, and Roberts immediately calls for a fair catch. And he does haul it in at the 14-yard line. So a little bit of a surprise. You thought West Virginia State was going to go right down the field, and the drive kind of stalled there.
Well, I think one of the things down in distance, this is a very rhythm offense, and when it gets on track, it's boom, boom, boom. When there is a delay, sometimes it causes a little hesitation, and I think with the Mountain Lions, what they're going to do, they look like they're playing primarily zone defensively. They're going to allow Best to beat them, and Best is going to have to be at his very best to actually beat them today.
So already a change here for Concord, as they don't have they've got a different quarterback in. Cameron Howard is going to be the starting quarterback here this afternoon, and it was supposed to be number 7, Blaine Ferguson, who's been starting all season long, but this time it is Cameron Howard. He hands the ball off there to Deion Parker, and very little gain.
Well, and this is kind of interesting, but all 3 quarterbacks played last week, and Howard was the last quarterback in the fourth quarter. He did lead them on a touchdown drive against West Liberty.
Again, the handoff. Now this time Howard's going to keep it around the left side. He's got all kinds of room, and he's got a blocker. Cameron Howard, the 6'10 sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, gets a first down for Concord, and they are moving here quickly.
And I think this has maybe thrown the West Virginia State defense for a loop. They were not expecting him.
Right.
This quarterback is more of a dual threat, so they're going to make some adjustments at the linebacking core to account for him.
Well, listen, when you're 0-5, you do whatever it takes. You pull all kinds of stuff out of the hat here. Howard out of the shotgun, wants to throw on the slant. He's got a man, and the pass is caught by Jake Roberts, and Roberts ahead for about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. The ball marked at the 41-yard line.
And the pace that Concord is actually operating offense, I think, is probably a little shocking to West Virginia State as well. They're not allowing West Virginia State to make these adjustments defensively to kind of key up. They want to go quick, fast, keep them a little bit off balance.
Right. Howard, play action. Pass on the outside is caught, ahead for the first down. Still on his feet is going to be Jaden Judge.
And he took a real hard hit. Looks like it was delivered by number 1, Nick Blake, who came up here and assisted Tim Sanford the third, or second.
Actually, my bad. That was Zion Owens on the catch. And it'll be 1st and 10. The ball just shy of midfield. Howard in the shotgun. Wants to throw left side, and he does. He's got a man. That is Jordan Bentley, the tight end, on just a little out route. Good for about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4. The ball on the 45-yard line, and Concord not having any trouble at all moving the football on West Virginia State here early.
Well, and this is kind of par for the course. If you look at the last 3 games, Concord has actually outscored West Virginia State University 37-12. It's just the other 3 quarters that they're having a little bit more difficulty keeping that West Virginia State offense in check.
Right. Handoff up the middle.
That was a nice tackle by Nick Blake.
Jalen Gary on the carry. The graduate player from Athens, Georgia. Now 3rd and 3. It's the first 3rd down that Concord has faced here this afternoon. And let's see what the defense pulls up to try and stop him here. Howard sends a man in motion. Fake, and a little bit of a busted play there, Kent.
Well, I will tell you, it looked like it was going to be a possible good play, but you're throwing to a fullback, and fullbacks are not known for catching the ball out of the backfield like that. I think that was a lot of asking your fullback to do, to fake and then to kind of go out in the flat.
Bryce Ferguson, the intended receiver, and just like that, Concord's going to have to punt. Now, see, this isn't fair. Let me tell you why. Nick Blake or Quentin Williams standing at his 11-yard line. They both wear number 1. I don't know who's who. Oh, what a great punt.
That's Blake.
Oh, okay, that's Nick.
And I can tell you can see here comes Williams out. Williams has a back protector and a longer towel.
Okay. I appreciate you clearing that up.
And he's about 5 inches taller.
That's true. That's true. Yep. I got you now. Yep. And he's got the long white socks on.
He does.
Or the leggings or whatever the guys call them these days.
Trust me, it's very confusing as well when you're sitting up here.
All right, Justin Pessoa is in the backfield with Isaiah Bess. And here we go. Second possession of the afternoon for West Virginia State. Bess wants to change things here as he gets a new call from Rahman Lee, the offensive coordinator. So out of their own end zone, here come the Yellow Jackets. They give it over to Pessoa. Right side, Justin Pessoa has broken it. Pessoa at the 50, and he's drugged down. What a great touchdown-saving tackle from Riker Brown. Otherwise, Pessoa put 6 on the board. Boy, they had to get out of that hole.
Actually, and he looks like he took it for a nice about 48.
Check it out right here on the replay as we're back to live action. We'll keep you updated on what's going on. Pessoa just went ahead for another 6 yards. But, man, what a great, great job to get out of your own end zone there.
And absolutely. And as I told you, there's no drop-off between 5 and 7. They're both excellent backs, and they do the same thing.
Pessoa stays in there, and he gives it to Justin. Justin over the left side across the 40 down to the 36-yard line, and Pessoa has another first down for West Virginia State. So one of the things, Kent, that John said in the pregame, I said, what do you have to do to win? He said, we have to rush for over 200 yards today. And so right now they're on their way to do that just on this drive.
And when you think about that, that puts them pretty balanced. I mean, they're averaging just a little under 200 yards a game, but this is where West Virginia State wants to be.
Joel Felder, the ball carrier, over the right side. Felder wrapped up at the 36, and he's not going anywhere. Joel playing with a little bit of a bum thumb here on his left hand. He's got it wrapped really tightly, and I asked him before the game if it was going to bother him. He said no. He said, I use both hands to carry the ball, so it doesn't really bother him, but it is wrapped up today.
All good backs do.
Yeah.
So we're talking about that offensive balance. West Virginia State is averaging about 190 yards a game rushing, about 268 yards a game passing. So they keep it right around 52 to 47%.
Felder, the ball carrier, right or left side, and he's down across the 30. Yeah, you're right. The rushing per game is 191 yards and then right around 269 passing. So really balanced, and you like to see that. And they lead the MEC in total offense at 400 and some odd yards a game.
Absolutely.
Back to live action here, and Felder, he just doesn't want to be brought down, does he?
No, absolutely. I think he's playing, as you mentioned, for a little bit more than himself today, not only his teammates but also his mother.
Right.
So it's homecoming. Everybody plays. We're all playing.
We're all playing today. Lots of gold jackets in the stands, too, today. You see those gold jackets around here, around the stadium. Those are all West Virginia State Hall of Famers. And it's good to see the stands just cram full here this afternoon. Quentin Williams in motion. He'll line up on that right side of the line. And once again, they give it to Joel Felder. Left side, Felder, spin move down to the 21-yard line, where he's out of bounds and the clock will stop. I say the clock will stop and it's still running, but.
So thus far, I believe West Virginia State has only attempted 3 passes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 1 of 3 for 4 yards is Isaiah Bess. That's it. And, they wanted to establish a run, Ken. I mean, that's what John said in the pregame. And as I say that, look here. Isaiah's going to throw a little flat route, and the pass is caught. That is Joe Jones, the little running back out of Weaversville, North Carolina, and another first down.
And he plays kind of a hybrid H-back, so he may line up in the slot as a receiver. He may be a little bit offset to the tight end. He's such a dynamic player, and he does a lot of things well. So it's good to see him get some touches.
Yeah. Inside 5 minutes now to go, and it is 2nd and 7. Yellow Jackets can get a first down to the 5-yard line. The Pessoa, the ball carrier, left side. And Justin down to about the 12-yard line. So a gain of 3, and it's going to be third down.
And I got to tell you, if you're West Virginia State at this particular point, you're going to, try to score. You really want to not go to, I guess I'm holding it second. I think they're calling it second down.
Second down, yes.
Okay. You really want to try to score. You don't want 3 points, you want 7. So look for them to do something a little dynamic.
Yeah. Bess hands the ball off. Justin Pessoa, left side, turns the corner at the 10. He's down close to that first down. I think he had to get to the 5, Ken. I think he might have been just inside the 6.
Let's see if they're going to ask for a spot. It's got to be close. I think they are. You're correct. They're marking them as 3rd and 1.
3rd and a short one for sure, about a football.
And this is the one thing about the West Virginia State offense. They really don't have a heavy package, but they're bringing in the big boys, so to speak. Number 95, Nazir Jones, 6 foot, 275 senior. He's a fullback today. It's homecoming.
That's right. Puts me in mind. Now, Bess going out. They're going into a Wildcat here. Bess is going to line up in a wide receiver position, and I think Concord wants to talk about it.
That's something that West Virginia State hasn't shown this season.
Actually, West Virginia State called the timeout. So with 3:21 to go in the first, West Virginia State takes their first timeout of this afternoon. We'll take a quick break as well, and you're watching West Virginia State football on MEC TV. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty,
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
And we are back live here as West Virginia State has it 3rd and about the length of a football. Joel Felder in the Wildcat, and I don't know if he got there, Kent.
Well, I was going to tell you, his first spot looked a lot better than that second spot, and I think they're marking him.
I think no gain.
Yeah, they should get a measurement on this, though. I mean, they're not giving it to him.
No gain. So now it is 4th and about a football, maybe a yard. And again, Bess is going to split wide to his right. And Felder is going to be the quarterback in the Wildcat. Bess sends Quentin Williams in motion. And Bess goes left side into the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia State. I said Bess, I meant Felder. Joel Felder over the left side. I got excited there.
Yeah, I think that one's for his mama.
Yeah. Joel, that was Joel said that's for Stephanie.
And if you look at his motion, as you're showing on replay, the motion by Quentin Williams actually took that linebacker out of that particular spot, that gap, and so that allowed Felder to score. So it was a great play.
That is exactly right. Schmidt's point after touchdown is up, and I believe, is there a flag?
There's a discussion.
The kick was good. But they're going to make him do it again, I believe.
I think they're saying they wasn't ready. I don't see anybody moving.
Well, I don't see a flag on the field, but I think you're right. I don't think it was a live ball at that point. I just think they snapped it.
Yeah, they say. Okay, they changed their mind.
What do we know?
They changed their mind.
2:37 to go in the first, and West Virginia State draws first blood. They lead it 7-0. Stay with us. Ken and I are coming right back on MEC TV.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the Health Plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community. The Health Plan. Here for you.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town.
We're in the first. Brian Nost and Kent Bryson here bringing you West Virginia State Yellow Jacket football. And Kent, that drive, 12 plays, 96 yards. It took 6 minutes and 7 seconds, and Joel comes in from 6 yards out for the touchdown.
So if you're West Virginia State, look at what you're doing. You're controlling the line of scrimmage, you're controlling the time of possession, and you're coming away with a touchdown. That's check, check, check. Offensive strategy.
So it's really going to be interesting to see here now, what is West Virginia State going to do on defense, because Concord had a pretty easy time of moving the football. Their drive stalled, but they were able to move the football. So let's see what they do defensively here with this possession coming up. And the kickoff taken by Jake Roberts, and Roberts is going to be run out of bounds about the 21-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Good field position to start for Concord.
I think there's a little skirmish on the sideline. I think they're good. All right, so you asked what they're going to do. I can tell you what they're going to do. They're going to have to dedicate someone to possibly spy Howard. So that could fall on Tim Sanford. That can fall on one of the safeties coming up. But I think they're going to have to dedicate someone to kind of mirror him. Wherever he goes, they go.
Deion Parker is the sidecar in the backfield, number 26. And Cam Howard is the quarterback. And they give it to Parker. Parker gets around the right side. Here comes a flag in. And finally, Parker is brought down. That's going to be the tackle made by Nicholas Fannin. We'll see what the flag is. Did you see it?
I think it's going to be holding or blocking him back. I saw 2 West Virginia State defenders almost make the tackle. It was Sanford, and then it was Nick Blake. Then I saw them kind of go out of the frame a little bit. So that would seem to indicate there's an injured player. It also looks like number 4. We can't see him.
Deion Parker with the run. It was 14 yards, but here's the – yeah, it's a block in the back, and they're going to call that on Jordan Bentley, the tight end. So that'll take care of that run.
And then we also had an injured Yellow Jacket, number 4. I don't have him on my roster.
Yeah, that's Val West.
Okay.
West, the 5'10", 190-pound senior out of Richmond, Virginia. So 1st and 10, and the ball's at the 22-yard line. No, I'm sorry, the ball's at the 14. Pass over the middle is way too tall for the intended receiver, Marcus Striggles. And Striggles is their offensive leader catching the ball. He's got 21 catches for 222 yards this year. He averages 10 a catch and 1 touchdown, but that was way over his head.
I was going to say, it was also over the head of Cam Vargas, who was out there playing. He has a sort of a club on his right hand, but he was going to attempt to make that catch or knock it down. So, that's what you want to look for from a linebacker. Get in space, make sure no one, catches anything behind you, and make sure you deliver a hit in front.
Swing pass out to the right side, and stepping out of bounds with it is Deion Parker. And Parker is run out of bounds by Mike Fontaine.
Gotta like that.
3rd and a bunch.
And this is, if you're West Virginia State, this is what you want to do. You want to make sure that, they do not get that first down to force a punt. But you also got to be worried. Concord is feast or famine. It's big play, no play. So they're going 4 wide.
3rd and 14, and as Kent said, 4 wide receivers. Low snap. Howard looking to run. Now he throws, and the pass is going to be caught. And they are going to say that he did pull it in, and the catch is made by Jeremiah Valdry, the 5'9" freshman out of Marietta, Georgia.
And I was going to say, and West Virginia State was arguing that possibly that he was out of bounds, that he was the first person to touch it, but that argument didn't work with the official on that side.
38-yard line is the line of scrimmage. Howard wants to throw left side, and he throws under duress, and the pass was intended for Marcus Striggles, and
that was Nick Blake.
Incomplete. Yeah.
He actually came in on the corner blitz. Nick's got some ups. They list him at 5'10", but I think at vertical maybe about 28, 30.
A lot better than you and me, I can tell you that.
Oh, definitely much better than me.
Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Is 37 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. West Virginia State leads it 7-0. On the season, Concord gives up some points in the first quarter. They've given up 34 points in the first quarter, and they've only scored 7 all season long. And there's a false start right away. That's going to be called, I believe, it's going to go on 72, Rashard Bell. Oh, no, they're going to call a delay.
They could have called anything.
Still
it's
5
spin the
yards.
wheel. I think the fullback was in motion twice. He didn't set.
So now 2nd and 15. Line of scrimmage is 38. They've got to get to, or I'm sorry, the line of scrimmage is the 33. They've got to get to the 48. Little out route. Pass is caught, and a nice spin move. Still on his feet, close to a first down. Looked like maybe a horse collar there on Deion Parker, but no call from the official.
I was going to say, it looks like he got him just underneath the neck. He didn't put his hand inside the jersey.
Watch right here. Yeah.
It's on the shoulder pad.
Yep, good call. Good call. Nice job with our camera guys on the replay there. And we'll see if they get the playoff. 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Our score, West Virginia State 7, Concord 0. We'll take a break and come back. You're watching West Virginia State University football on MEC Digital TV. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
And I wanted to do more than just be a spectator. I wanted to get involved and give back to the sport that I've loved for so long.
I'm a speaker,
a builder,
I coach,
culinary arts, auditor,
a firefighter,
and I'm a volleyball official.
Officiating volleyball was something that helped me to reconnect to my roots.
Volleyball officiating will bring positive influences into your life along with lifelong friends.
I said yes to becoming a volleyball official so that I could give back to the game.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
Challenge yourself as a referee to always be the best you can be.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official,
just go for it.
Take the plunge, open the door,
stay on the court.
Just say yes.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at Say Yes to Officiating.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. Today's culinary warriors have been challenged to concoct the ultimate snack masterpiece, using only the finest weapons in our arsenal. snacks, and deli delights. Rosemary wields the ancient spears of Laffy Taffy, and Silas counters with the arrow of Slim Jim.
Back to live action we go, and
got it.
Over the left side, I'm telling you what, they've got it. They've got this running game on the outside figured out for sure, as Deion Parker is the ball carrier, and they're able to go to the outside and watch it again right here. Starts to go up the middle and then just to the outside, and we didn't have a chance right there. Mike Fontaine was contained at the line of scrimmage.
And I was going to say, it looked like that was a play that was strictly on Fontaine. He got sealed up with that fullback, Ferguson, and when he sort of hit that block, that opened up a lot of space for the Concord running back.
So 30 yards on the run for Deion Parker. And another pass. Little slant route on the inside, and the pass is complete. That's to Marcus Striggles.
That was a nice tackle by Cortland Witcher, the defensive tackle, but you really don't want your defensive tackle making tackles down the field.
True.
So, again, it was he played his position. He understood what his responsibilities were, but Concord is driving right now.
Cam Howard is your quarterback. Man in motion is Banks. Pass over the middle. Oh, what a hit.
Ooh.
Just as the ball got there. Wow.
Nicholas Fannin.
That was intended for Striggles.
And I tell you, I like everything that Fannin did, except when he looked down at him. Sometimes you got to walk away. You know, the officials are very cognizant of that.
That's true.
And so, you know, they didn't tag you for the hit, but they'll tag you for the commentary.
Mercy sakes, what a hit. 3rd and 6. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the bottom of your screen, and they'll hand the ball off right side. And then the ball carrier is Jalen Gary, and he is wrapped up.
Tim Sanford II. Tackle for loss.
And they'll bring on the field goal unit, their field goal kicker, Josh Hutley, again from Geelong, Australia. Graduate player, 6 foot, 200 pounds. And the ball's going to be spotted at the 27-yard line. So this is going to be a 37-yard attempt out of the hold of Blaine Ferguson, who is the normal quarterback. High snap, and this one's going to be no good. They never could recover after that high snap, and it just kind of threw the timing off.
I was going to say, Nick Blake is coming off as if it was tipped, but it did actually have a low it gets sandwich, wouldn't it? I mean, if you should get in out of the bunker, that was exactly what you wanted to do.
That's what you want to do.
Except with football, you don't want to do that.
That's right. So officials timeout with 12:48 to go. West Virginia State will take over at the 20-yard line. We'll take a quick break and come right back. You're watching West Virginia State football on MEC TV. We're coming right back.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Back at Lake and Ray Field at Dickerson Stadium on the campus of West Virginia State University. Brian Austin, Kent Bryson bringing you Yellow Jacket football on a gorgeous homecoming Saturday here in Institute, West Virginia. West Virginia State just now stopping that drive from Concord. They had not too much trouble moving the football, but again, they stalled on the missed field goal.
Hey, if you really want to look at the game inside the game, the numbers inside the game, total yards are now 114 over 121. Carries are Concord is 8.5 per carry, for completion, 9 yards a carry. Mm-hmm. So it make you would think that Concord is actually, winning in this game, or at least tied, but it's the execution, what's happening on that 3rd and 4th down, that's affecting them.
Isaiah Best is your quarterback. Hands off to Joel Felder, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, and he'll lose a couple of yards depending on the spot. Yeah, they're going to lose 5. So not the way to start this set of downs, and they go all the way back to the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Yellow Jackets.
Look for Best to air it out here.
3 wide receivers to the top of your screen, or to the bottom of your screen, rather, and a flag on the play.
I think they got those 5 yards back on the offsides.
Well, hang on.
He threw the flag.
They threw the flag, and the official picked it right up and stuck it back in his pocket. And you're right. Best wants to throw on a slant route, and the pass is going to be caught. And the pass is caught by Jawan Bunch.
I like the play. I like the execution. I wish he would have kind of put it up a little bit higher because I think Bunch had a lot of space.
Yeah. So he gets back to the original line of scrimmage now, and it's going to be 3rd and 10. They actually gave him 6 yards, so 3rd and 9. 4 wide receivers, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. And Best wants to throw. Straight drop, all kinds of time. Now on the out route, and almost picked off. Elijah Copes had the jump on it, and
he did.
Incomplete. So quick 3 and out. Wow, for West Virginia State.
And I think offensively, when the OC goes back and looks at that sequence, what he's going to try to do, he's going to have to run a receiver deep to clear out that safety and to clear out that corner. They're all staying within 10 to 15 yards of the line of scrimmage, which is leading to a bunch of people in a confined space.
Brennan Schmidt is standing at his 6-yard line, but right now Concord wants to call a quick timeout. It's their first timeout of the first half, so each team now has used a timeout. So on that last drive, Kent, we'll keep it right here, but on that last drive, 3 plays and only 1 yard, and they only took $1.25 off the clock. They've got to figure out a way to get on their horse here. They've had one great offensive series. That's the one they scored the touchdown on when they started in their own end zone.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. I think they've become kind of predictable. You know that the first down, second down, one of the backs is going to get a touch. I think that the initial first down play that resulted in a loss of 5, that kind of put them down as far as, down in distance. But here's the thing also. Concord now, they have 8 people in the box. They're blitzing from the outside. They want you to go deep. They seem to think that their outside corners can control those outside receivers. So I like for one of these slot guys on the next series to kind of take, up and out or just go to a straight post. I see that opening up for them.
Isaiah Bess is only 3 of 6 in this ballgame for 17 yards, giving him a quarterback rating of 73.8. He's got to do better than that. Schmidt at his 6-yard line. Good snap and a good kick. Going to be a little short, but it'll take a state bounce.
Nice tackle.
Super job. Got to love the effort there. Jeremiah Valdry was, or I'm sorry, that was Jake Roberts on the receiving the punt, but
the tackle is by McGuire.
Yeah. I was right the first time. It was Valdry. All right. 1st and 10, Mountain Lions, the ball at the 35-yard line. They've got that 2-back set and the quarterback in the shotgun, and they'll hand it off to number 26. That's Deion Parker. Parker's listed as a wide receiver at 5'7", 160 out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, but they are using him as a running back here this afternoon. Ken, it'll bring up a 2nd and 7 as he gets 3 on the play.
And that was a nice tackle by Fannin coming up from his safety spot.
And again, they hand it off to number 26. That's Deion Parker. And he doesn't get a whole lot of nothing, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
He hit Cortland Witcher and as well as one of my favorite players on this team, Luke Richard Rambo.
There's just guys with football names, and that's one of them.
I met his parents.
Oh, yeah.
We worked on that.
All right. All right, 3rd and 7. Howard wants to throw, looking right side. He's got a man, and what a hit! Holy mackerel, what a hit. First of all, the pass was caught by Zion Odoms, and then right out of his hands on the hit. So an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I think Nick Blake is trying to be the 2-time Defensive Player of the Week.
Well, Val West, too, on the stop at number 4. He was in on it as well.
Was that Val or Nick?
That is Nick.
That's Nick, I think. You know, that 4 is kind of bunched up. It could have been Val. I'm going to give Nick credit for it until Val's people come and tell us.
My cheat sheet was wrong. I'm just going to blame it on I'm going to blame it on Brian Shepard, the SID, who's responsible for all that. High snap. And not a very good punt. Hutley's punt off the side of his foot hardly goes anywhere, and West Virginia State is going to have some real good field position.
And this opens it up a whole lot more. They're calling 17 yards on the net.
Not very good. So we talked about Isaiah a little while ago, 3 of 6 for only 17 yards. Justin Pessoa has 6 carries for 80 yards. Of course, that one being the 50-yard carry. And Joel Felder, 10 carries for 25 yards. The offensive output so far. Pessoa is hit in the backfield, and he's going to be thrown for a loss.
And that was a hard hit that he took from Riker Brown coming in from his linebacker spot.
Wow. Nobody touched him, and he came right through the line. So 2nd and 12 after the loss of 2 on the play. 2 wide receivers at the bottom of the formation. Bess wants to throw, pass is caught, and maybe a gain of 3, and that's it, Quentin Williams.
And, you know, West Virginia State's going to the short passing game. They haven't really attempted anything deep at all.
Nothing over the top yet.
So, you know, I like for them at least to make an attempt, 20, 25 yards down the field just to see if they can just open up this Mountain Lion defense.
Brings up a 3rd and 7 now for West Virginia State. Out of the shotgun. Bess wants to throw, has time over the middle. Pass is caught. Quentin Williams. There's a shot downfield a little bit, and Williams has the first down for West Virginia State.
And I think what you and I were talking about earlier, the middle of the field is open if you just can get a receiver there. I mean, we've noticed how tight they're playing on the outside, but those linebackers are coming in and blitzing those gaps. So with the linebackers blitzing the gaps, there's always going to be sort of that space behind them. The space is vacated.
Pessoa, the ball carrier. He'll go right side. Falls ahead down to the 30-yard line. He'll get 5 on the play. Nice job there by Justin.
And this looks like the West Virginia State offense that we've seen the last 3 weeks when they're on that 3-game winning streak. So, they're, again, maintaining balance. They just got to finish.
Second and 5 for State. Pessoa, left side. He's got the first down and a little bit more as he crosses the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Nice job of Justin Pessoa wiggling his way through the line there on the left side. And Pessoa now 9 carries for 89 yards. 1st and 10, West Virginia State. Pessoa now, the sidecar, left side, they give it to him. Pessoa still on his feet. Pessoa at the 10, and he's upended at the 1-yard line.
Wow.
Upended at the last minute.
I was going to say, you got some people up here indicating that they disagree with that spot.
Yeah, Elijah Cope's on the stop right there at the 1-yard line. But wow, what a run by Pessoa over the right side.
And I think this is probably a perfect opportunity after this play to talk about this offensive line. They have been pushing that Mountain Lion defensive group back.
And again, the Wildcat, Pessoa, right up the gut. And we'll wait for the spot. Touchdown, West Virginia State. Pessoa in from 1 yard out, and that'll push the score to West Virginia State 13, Concord nothing. Coming up the point after. And you can see right there on the replay, just a great job by Pessoa burrowing his way through. Stop made there by Riker Brown.
Flag.
Schmidt on for the extra point, but hold everything. There is a flag on the play. And they're going to call it on Concord. So West Virginia State will take this on the kickoff, I'm sure.
Offsides, defense, number 3. That penalty is declined. Successful try.
All right, so they will decline the penalty. 6:27 to go in the first half. West Virginia State 14, Concord nothing. Stay with us. We're coming right back on MEC TV. Back live in Institute, West Virginia. Brian Nost, Kent Bryson, West Virginia State Yellow Jacket football on MEC Digital TV. 6:27 to go here in the first half. West Virginia State just scored 7 plays, 55 yards, Kent. The time of possession was 3 minutes and 37 seconds. And nice little push over the goal line from Justin Pessoa for the touchdown. Valdry on the kick return, and he is met and stood up. Nice job. Wow. That was big.
Yeah, his mama agrees. She's right in front of us. She just stood up and said, "Yeah, baby." I think he's going to have extra plate today at homecoming, after homecoming dinner.
Line of scrimmage will be the 19, and we'll see what kind of offense the team from Athens, West Virginia can put together now. Again, Cam Howard is the quarterback. And they give us to Parker. Parker still on his feet. Well, you know what? He has squirted through some holes today. He's only 5'7", and he's created some problems. He's had some good gash runs here this afternoon.
You can't see him when he comes through that line.
Right.
And when you do see him, it's usually because you're seeing him from behind because he's already past you.
He's had 6 carries for 51 yards. He's doing something right, and here he comes into your living room right here. This time, West Virginia State is right there. Nice job by Nick Blake on the stop.
I think Nick Blake is campaigning for homecoming king. I don't know if it's an open nomination system, but I think,
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I was going to say he's going to get our vote, at least for the first half.
Yeah, he's having a good half so far. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Mountain Lions. Howard out of the shotgun. Straight drop, wants to throw, under pressure. Now he steps up. Now he'll run. Now he's going to be hit from behind as he crosses the 35 out to the 36-yard line. And on the stop there is Tim Sanford II for the Yellow Jackets. Nick Blake in there as well.
Tell you what, if you're a quarterback, you don't want to take too many hits. Cortland Witcher got a little touch of him too.
Yep. Here comes the blitz. Oh, big hit. No flag. Wow. Cam Howard was just leveled on the blitz from Darryl Fletcher.
That's a stretcher.
And a quick 3 and out for the Mountain Lions.
And this is really where you don't want to be if you're Concord, because part of the problem now is you're giving West Virginia State the ball back. It's 4 minutes to go in the first half. West Virginia State has 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout. This is a perfect opportunity.
And Nick Blake is set to return this punt. Not a very good one, and went off of Huntley, the side of his foot again, but it gets a heck of a roll down inside the 15, still rolling down to the 13-yard line. So, wow, not a terrible punt after that roll.
No, not terrible. But this is actually, if you're West Virginia State University, this is still, where you want to be. Now, offensively, you want to make sure you maintain possession. So I look for them to do a couple of safe things, nothing too extravagant, but probably when it gets to about less than 2 minutes, I'll see them up the tempo, but I see them, just running their offense.
Isaiah Best, the quarterback. Sidecar in the shotgun formation is number 7, Joel Felder, the senior. 4 wide receivers, and there's a flag on the play, and I think it's going to be offside against Concord. It seemed like they jumped the snap a little bit, Kent.
They did, but, you got to wait. They throw the flag. Sometimes they pick the flag up.
Did somebody move? That's the question.
Before the snap, full start.
Somebody moved.
Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty, first down.
All right, so 75, that's Marcellus Hughes Brewster, the guilty party.
I'm going to go with falsely accused on that one. And I didn't see any move, and he's a pretty big guy. You would have noticed it.
You would have seen that, I would think.
You would have seen it.
So 1st and 15. Give us to Joel, left side. Joel still on his feet, turns the corner, goes upfield across the 20. Nice run by Felder as he gets the ball all the way out across the 20-yard line.
Looks like it's, a gain of 12 on that play?
Yeah. State quickly at the line again. No huddle. 2nd and 1. And it's Joel Felder running right at you. Joel crosses the 30. He's got the first down. And what do you call that? A pack of mountain lions trying to bring him down? Is that?
I think it's called a pride.
Pride?
It's called a pride.
Okay.
Courtesy of the Lion King.
Pack of wolves.
Yes, pack of wolves.
I got to get my animals correct here.
I have 2 nephews. They watch a lot of the Lion King, so.
I'm a Mufasa fan. I got to be honest. Clock continues to go. 3:25. And Joel Felder, the ball carrier, spins out of a tackle. Felder still on his feet. And he's finally brought down there by number 5. That is Kendall Bournes on the stop.
And Felder's upset because he thought once he made that spin, he was going to be able to kind of break it long.
Yeah, after all that, only getting 2 yards on the carry.
Hey, that's 2 positive yards.
That's right. 2nd down and 8 for State. Felder out. Pessoa back in now in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Isaiah Best is the quarterback. Fakes the handoff to Pessoa. Now he'll step up, throw downfield for his man. That's Mosley. He's still on his feet. Mosley at the 20. Mosley at the 10. Touchdown.
Wow.
West Virginia State. 57 yards on the pitch and catch, and that was Mosley spinning out and headed right down the center of the field. Watch it again. And Best with all kinds of time here to throw the football.
And that's what we were talking about, that offensive line. But watch when Mosley makes his catch. He takes the bump.
And as Chris Berman would say, whoop, whoop, and, turns the left and
he was gone.
Yeah, heads right up the field. Brennan Schmidt, extra point is up and good. 2:34 to go in the first half, and West Virginia State with a little bit more breathing room now. They lead it 21-0. Ken and I are coming back. You're watching Yellow Jacket football on MEC Digital TV. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty,
you study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at...
And back to live action here at Lincoln Ray Stadium at Dickerson Field. Big run down the right side as West Virginia. So you said you wanted a kickoff return today, and you just about had one.
I was going to say that was set up beautifully by Concord. As you can see, he gets the ball on the far hash. He cuts across the field, and all the lanes that West Virginia State had taken, they were blocked. So it looks like he got pushed out of bounds on the far side by number 32.
Yeah, it looked like Jeremiah Valdry there on the return. 59 yards on that return. So really good starting field position here for the Mountain Lions. Let's see what they come up with as they try to put some points on the board here before halftime. Cam Howard wants to throw, has a man down the right side. The ball is caught. Was he in bounds? No. The official said that he was out of bounds.
That was 0.
Jamal Williams on the good camera work right there. And he was out of bounds at the 23-yard line. 2nd and 10. Howard throws and immediately. Now they're going to call that an incomplete pass.
He's going to call that heartburn.
And
I think they're both down.
Nick Blake on the hit. Mercy. Let's watch it again. Caught, bam.
Oh.
Wow. Jamal Williams doesn't know what time zone he's in at this point, and he's down. And we'll take a quick break and come right back.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
So Jamal Williams just now getting up to his feet, and he needed help to do that. And he does walk off under his own power. But a huge hit there, Kent, by Nick Blake. And, man, needless to say, the pass was incomplete.
I was going to say, when we came in, a lot of people were barbecuing. There's still people coming in. There was a lot of smoked meats. There were some ribs. Nick Blake wanted some ribs.
Yeah.
And he took Williams.
Telling you what. Now 3rd and 10. The ball at the 41. So after this 59-yard run back, Concord hasn't been able to do anything with it. We'll see what happens right here. Cam Howard wants to throw. Man over the middle. Intercepted. And guess who? It's Nick Blake. Blake still on his feet at the 45-50. Blake, one man to beat down the right side. He's going to go pick 6, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Blake.
2nd week in a row.
Takes it 59 yards. Wow.
That's the worst thing. For your Concord, that's the absolute worst thing you would want to have happen.
Watch it again right here. The pass was tipped, first of all, by Eric Hart and right into the hands of number 1, Nick Blake. He breaks that tackle right there out of the arms of Cheevers Johnson, and he was gone down the right side. Wow.
And he did that last week, too, if I remember. He did that last week.
Pick 6 last week.
Yeah, that was
up at Fairmont.
Decided, score of the game there.
Schmidt's extra point is up and good. We can
I was going to let you know, if you're a Nick Blake fan, your stock has gone up. I mean, this kid has played phenomenal the last 2 weeks. So I'm just going to say it. How does he not win MEC the Player of the Week?
Yeah. Yeah, he's really making it happen. Quick timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. $1:56 to go in the first half. 28-0 Yellow Jackets. Stay with us.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community. The health plan. Here for you.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back to Lake and Ray Field at Dickerson Stadium on the campus of West Virginia State University. After the 65-yard pick six from Mr. Everything, Nick Blake, it is a 28-0 Yellow Jacket lead here in the first half.
I think the Mountain Lions have decided they don't want to play against Nick Blake anymore.
Big boot from Schmidt. That's going into the end zone, out of the end zone, actually. And West Virginia State having all kinds of things go their way here in the first. They started slow.
They did.
Let's be honest. They started slow, and it was only 7-0 after the first quarter. They've scored 21 points in this second quarter.
I think the defensive coach is letting Nick Blake take a break. He was putting his helmet back on. He wanted to go back out. They were saying, no. This. Wait a minute, big fella.
Huge hit on that last series against Jamal Williams, and we'll see if he comes back out for this series for Concord. Don't see him right now. Howard is the quarterback, and they hand off to Deon Parker. And Parker out to about the 28-yard line.
He's ran out by Zach Hobson, number 20.
Clock stops as he goes out of bounds. Only got about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
I was going to say, I think that 2-minute timeout coincided with the score. And that was like the timeout or official timeout. They take up score.
Parker, again, the ball carrier, left side. And guess who? That was number 45, club hand and all, Vargas.
Now, if you're West Virginia State University, if they don't convert this third down, you probably take the timeout if it's a running clock.
So I was wrong. That wasn't Vargas. That was Tillman. Tillman, the defensive end, wearing 45. Howard under duress,
That's a
and
fumble.
he is wrapped up. Fumble on the play, and guess who's got it? Yellow Jackets. And that's Witcher that caused it, I think, right, Kent?
It was, and it's Vargas that recovered. So if you go back on replay, what you're going to see is he was running the option right here, and as he went to pitch, he got hit.
Yep. He looked right there that he was going to pitch it on the far outside to Deon Parker. And, good call on that, Kent. So now it's West Virginia State taking over, 1st and 10. Super field position on the 29. We're already in field goal range. Schmidt has hit one from 50 this year, but it's 1st and 10. We have a minute 3 and 2 timeouts. Felder, the sidecar. Fake to him. Best wants to throw. Under pressure, throws it over the middle. Intended for Williams, and it was just a little bit too tall Cole McKinney on the defense for Concord will be second down.
And that was actually the second read. He was actually trying to hit Felder on the wheel route, and that linebacker picked him up. So his initial read was he was trying to hit Felder on the wheel. He went across the middle. He's kind of lucky on that one. I wouldn't have thrown across the middle at this point, particularly when, you maintain possession. Good chance you're going to get 3 points.
Best steps up. He's under pressure, and Best is going to get sacked. Just take care of the football, Isaiah. Good job. And John Pennington calls timeout. Really just a breakdown in coverage there. Best had no time to throw the football at all.
No, and that was actually set up to be a double screen. I was watching the linemen. Both of the backs that kind of flared out in opposite directions. She just didn't have enough time to, make that pass safely. All right. So State's up 28. They have excellent field position. They're getting into the playbook a little bit. As the kids call us, getting into your bag. Let's kind of make our bag a little bit more shallow. Look for something, tight end. We haven't really hit the tight end or H-back coming down the hash. So I see them either running something safe, maybe a draw, or trying to hit something across the hash. At this point, I think they're more focused on getting a first down, maintaining possession, than necessarily scoring a touchdown right now.
Yeah, and I think if you're worried about putting points on the board here in the last 50 seconds, let's just get it in field goal range at this point. Let's concentrate on that. We know Schmidt has got a leg on him. Again, a 50-yarder earlier this year, so he's a 75% field goal kicker, by the way. 9 of 12 on the year. And again, the long has been 50. So we'll see, but it's 3rd and 16 here. For the Yellow Jackets. Best in the shotgun, standing at his 40-yard line with Felder to his right. Under pressure, swing pass, that's Felder. He's got it, and he's met at the 35-yard line, so well short of the first down. Matter of fact, he barely got back to the original line of scrimmage on the little dump pass.
And this is kind of odd. The clock is still rolling, and Concord, which actually does have some timeouts, is choosing not to use them.
Yeah. I think Concord just wants to get in the locker room and take a breather. And we'll see what Pennington does here. He's going to let the clock, 15 seconds, 13 on the play clock, just about a 1 second differential, and they'll let it run down and let Schmidt come on and try a field goal. Yeah. Pennington calls the timeout with 2 seconds left.
I probably would have liked it with a little bit about 5. I think I would have hit that button right there. Pause.
So the line of scrimmage, Kent, is the 33-yard line. Add 7 to that, it'll be a 50-yarder, which, as we already said a couple of times, that Schmidt has been able to do that.
It's homecoming. Everybody's amped up. Kickers need love, too.
That's right. Got that right. So it's just been made aware that there was a number change on Concord's side of the ball, and they never told us. But 26 is actually Jaden Judge and not Deion Parker. So everybody had it wrong, but we appreciate Concord's SID reaching out and telling our SID, Brian Shepard.
You know what that means? That means somebody's listening.
Somebody is listening.
So we apologize.
All I know is this. I don't need anybody's help to look stupid. I can do all that by myself. No sweat. But
well, you don't sound.
Well, thanks.
There you go.
51-yard attempt for Brennan Schmidt. Kick is up. Is it long enough?
Short.
No, it's going to be short and run out of the end zone. And
it's a problem.
Yeah, it is a problem. He's got all kinds of room down the right side.
Not anymore.
Finally run out of bounds there. You might as well call it a touchdown saving tackle.
I think it was number 98. No, hang on. He's running quick. 88.
Yeah. Balliard on the stop, and that'll do it for the first half. So our score after the first 30 minutes, West Virginia State 28, Concord nothing. Stay with us. We'll come back after we run a little bit of business, and Ken and I will talk about the first half, and we'll preview the second half right here on MEC Digital TV. Stay with us. Ken and I are coming back in a few minutes.
Welcome to your home among the hills. At West Virginia Wesleyan College, you'll unearth new passions, be exposed to fresh perspectives, and find what drives you. This place of discovery is where you can become a scientist, a leader, an athlete, a performer, a friend. Opportunities include research, internships, and study abroad. Plus, our vibrant community makes for experiences you'll never forget. Discover yourself at West Virginia Wesleyan College.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State. You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
It starts from the moment you enter the court. We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official when I was a senior in high school, 17 years old. I think it's the best decision I've made. You could play, and you could make extra money on the weekends on the side, and why not?
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and young athletes who can translate those skills to officiating.
So much of officiating is not necessarily what you do on the court. It's how you conduct business off the court as well. Being an official, sure, it's not easy.
And if it wasn't for those difficulties, I don't think I would be where I'm at, because it helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. Today's culinary warriors have been challenged to concoct the ultimate snack masterpiece using only the finest weapons in our arsenal, snacks and deli delights. Rosemary wields the ancient spears of Laffy Taffy, and Silas counters with the arrow of Slim Jim. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Join us next time for more delicious duels on the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack Off. Till then, keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Welcome to your home among the hills. At West Virginia Wesleyan College, you'll unearth new passions, be exposed to fresh perspectives, and find what drives you. This place of discovery is where you can become a scientist, a leader, an athlete, a performer, a friend. Opportunities include research, internships, and study abroad. Plus, our vibrant community makes for experiences you'll never forget. Discover yourself at West Virginia Wesleyan College.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
If you need a lawyer, then you need a lawyer who's in it to win it. You need Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler. We have a track record of winning millions for our clients. At Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler, we're in it to win it.
It's that time of year again when things start to cool down. But here at Yes Chevy and Yes Ford, the dealers are heating up. I'm Keith Powell, and I want to help you lower your current monthly payment, have a down payment that's just $99, and get a lifetime warranty with fast and easy credit approval. That's right, don't freeze up over huge down payments. You can ride away for just $99 today. Get pre-approved at KeithSaysYes.com, only at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community. The health plan. Here for you.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
You are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State. You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
It starts from the moment you enter the court. We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official when I was a senior in high school, 17 years old. I think it's the best decision I've made. You could play, and you could make extra money on the weekends on the side, and why not?
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to like experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and young athletes who can translate those skills to officiating.
So much of officiating is not necessarily
It starts from the moment you enter the court. We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official when I was a senior in high school, 17 years old. I think it's the best decision I've made. You could play, and you could make extra money on the weekends on the side, and why not?
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to like experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and young athletes who can translate those skills to officiating.
So much of officiating is not necessarily what you do on the court. It's how you conduct business off the court as well. Being an official, sure, it's not easy.
And if it wasn't for those difficulties, I don't think I would be where I'm at, because it helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Welcome back to Lake and Ray Field at Dickerson Stadium on the campus of West Virginia State University. Our halftime score, West Virginia State 28, Concord nothing. Brian Nost, Kent Bryson on the call on MEC Digital TV. Kent, your thoughts of the first half, 28-0. It's pretty much been all Yellow Jackets.
And I think as we're looking at these replays here, you're going to see the Yellow Jacket offense, as predicted, has just been explosive. You're looking at this big run by Perosa. He has had a huge first half along with Joel Felder here with this nice ISO Wildcat look. Best came on in the second quarter, started hitting some big plays across the middle.
Felder, that's Pessoa again.
Pessoa again. And then you're going to have the man of the first quarter when he comes through here. And it should be Mr. Oh, this is the bounce.
Yeah, that was the Mosley pass right there where he bounced over the middle and went 50-some-odd yards. Check out this hit, though. This is what you were talking about. Watch this. Nick Blake, man. And there's the pick, 65 yards.
And this seems like they picked right back up where they were in the fourth quarter against Fairmont State. So, I mean, if you're West Virginia State University, whatever it is that you're feeding them, whatever it is that you're saying to them, you want to continue that, and you hope to continue this momentum. I mean, they're on an unprecedented roll since that game against Carson Newman.
In the first half, West Virginia State with 265 yards of total offense compared to 138 from Concord. Rushing yards, 157 for State, 78 for Concord on 14 attempts, and State had 25. They're averaging 6.2 is West Virginia State against 5.5 for Concord. Passing yards, 108 yards for Isaiah Bess and the Yellow Jackets compared to 60 for Concord. Isaiah is 7 of 11 for 108 yards and 1 touchdown. Their quarterback, 7 of 16, 8.5 yards per catch. And again, Cam Howard has been the quarterback today. Blaine Ferguson, who's actually the coach's son, has started all season long. But Howard has gotten the role today, the sophomore out of Baltimore, Maryland. And so far, again, 7 for 16 for 60 yards. 12 first downs for West Virginia State as compared to 5 for Concord. And total plays, 36-30 in favor of West Virginia State. Average yards per play is 7.3 for the Yellow Jackets to 4.6 for the Mountain Lions.
And I think if you're a Mountain Lion fan, one of the things you got to take hope with is that the Mountain Lions have driven the ball down the field. They've just not been able to complete the drives. They've either had untimely penalties, turnovers, something that you would expect from a young team. So they're actually growing, and I would say that this is probably outside of not having some success in scoring. This has probably been one of their better games, I would say, of the year, at least with the offensive flow, the defensive flow. They're, in essence, 2-3 plays away from having a tie game.
So we will start the third quarter here on homecoming. They had a great ceremony at halftime. probably, I don't know, we say 30 or 40 Hall of Famers here today, if not more.
Oh, there's a lot.
The Gold Jackets running around here inside Lake and Ray Field.
And I got to tell you, if you're a Hall of Famer at West Virginia State University, you're just cool because it's a very warm day.
Yeah.
Those jackets look like they're really nice linen.
Yeah.
And all the guys who have them wear them with pride. They do not come off.
And we are underway here in the second half. Jake Roberts running right. Actually, that's Valdry running right at you down the right side. And, a couple of times today, they've had a really nice special teams play. They've been able to move the football and get some nice returns on special teams.
I was going to say, kickoff return has probably been one of their better plays. You really don't want your kicker making a tackle. And for West Virginia State, it was Smith who actually did push him out of bounds. So, again, you're starting with very good field position. It's going to be very important for Concord to actually put some points up in this first drive.
Cam Howard is your quarterback, and he's joined in the backfield by 26, Jaden Judge. We finally got that right after a whole first half of calling him the wrong name. And Judge goes into the flat, and pass is caught by Judge. He's wrapped up there immediately by Tim Sanford II. He's going to be brought down after a short gain.
And I think for West Virginia State University, what you're going to see out of them is that I think they're going to concentrate. They know who are the star players at this point, so I think they're still going to try to manage 8, but they're also going to have to keep their eyes on Judge, as you indicated.
Valdry at the bottom of your screen is one of the wideouts in a bunch formation at the left side of the line, and they fake it to Judge, and they'll go to Valdry right side, and kind of threw it behind him there, and there was really no chance for him to get it. Coverage on the play was Darrell Fletcher for West Virginia State.
And Fletcher did a good job of staying with Valdry. Valdry tried to come back. It was meant to be short. There's a flag on the play on the far side.
See what that's all about.
I think they're saying illegal man downfield.
Okay.
And West Virginia State is elected to accept it.
So ineligible receiver downfield, so it's goes from 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 16. Or no, that's 5-yard penalty, so it's 2nd and 11. My bad. Line of scrimmage is the 34-yard line. Howard in the shotgun. Sidecar is Judge. Howard to throw. Left side, jump ball, and it's incomplete. Intended for Jordan Bentley, the tight end.
I think it was Val West on coverage. I'm trying to look and see if I see there's Mr. Blake. Mr. Blake was sort of in the backfield a little bit. But again, this is a do or die third down conversion for Concord.
Yeah, they really need to make something happen here. And coming out of the locker room, Concord all season has scored 3 points. All season in the third quarter. They've been outscored 48-3 in the third quarter. So not making any halftime adjustments. They don't do a very good job of that. And then there again, the pass intended for their leading receiver, Striggles, over the middle and in and out of his hands.
And I won't tell you, as a young team, that was a young team mistake. You had 3 receivers at the same yard marker, which draws all of the defenders. So, I mean, there were 3 Concord receivers. There were 5 West Virginia State defenders. That was going to be a very difficult to not impossible pass to complete.
So a quick attempt at offense there from Concord, less than a minute, 54 seconds to be exact. And Huntley gets the punt off, and a good punt. Fair catch called for by Blake. And I believe that's going to be marked at about the 21-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for West Virginia State, and they'll take over. And we'll see what Rahman Lee and John Pennington have drawn up for the first drive of the second half.
Oh, this is going to be the dagger. I think they're going to diversify a little bit. They're going to try to see what the defense allows them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go deep. That's the one thing that hasn't really happened yet in this field other than the pass to was it Mabry? Mosley,
no,
yes.
It was the Mosley. And the pass was maybe only 15, 20 yards, but Mosley turned it into what he turned it into, the 59-yard touchdown.
And when you really look at this West Virginia State offense, they probably have about 10 players who, once they touch the ball, can take it to the house. And I think the diversity of offensive playmakers helps them because you can't really key on someone. You can't key on 5. You can't key on 7. You have 1, 11. We saw 26. I mean,
and this is all without Amari Airy.
True.
Who's
number
probably going to come back next week. I talked to John before the game, and I asked how he's doing. He said, he is doing a lot better. He's running around catching passes this week. He just really probably he could have played today, but they don't want to take that chance of getting him hurt again when he's not 100%. And so they probably think that they're going to use him next week on the road. Incidentally, the Yellow Jackets are on the road the next 2 weeks. And they'll be back here finally in November, the first weekend in November, for their last home game against Frostburg. The Joel Felder, the ball carrier, over the right side. Felder across the 25-yard line out to about the 26. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 4.
I was going to say that tackle was by number 15, Riker Brown, for Concord. I gotta say, defensively, Concord has actually impressed me. They played a whole lot better than what I've seen on film or what I've seen statistically. It's just, like I said, West Virginia State is just that dynamic.
Best hands off again to Felder. Joel over the right side for just a couple of yards now to bring up a 3rd and 4. And Caleb Jantua is into the ball game as the quarterback. And you see, John talked about this in the pregame. There was a lot of packages where Caleb will come in and be the quarterback. And this is one of those deals now, 3rd and 4, and Caleb seeing his first action of the ball game, number 2. He's going to send Felder out to a receiver position, and he's got Pessoa in, and they're going to give it to Joel on the end around. Joel across the 30 to the 32-yard line, maybe a first down. Yeah, they're going to move the sticks. Nice second effort there by Joel Felder. He got tripped up and then dove for it at the last second.
And that's a senior who knows where the line to gain is, and so he actually made sure he got there. I like number 2. He reminds me a lot of sort of Jalen Hurts. I think he's kind of short.
Same
compact.
number?
Yeah, he's really strong.
Yeah.
He's really strong. He took some hard hits in some of these games and kind of just laughed at it. I think you have to be concerned when a quarterback takes a hit like that and just smiles at you as a linebacker.
Yeah. Well, if you don't follow state football very closely, you know that it was, and his best is going to go long. He's going to under. Wow, Williams was the intended receiver, and a nice defensive play there by Elijah Copes. But pass a little bit underthrown.
But look at this play effort by Williams. He actually went over the DB. He tried to catch it off his helmet.
Yeah.
And the DB did and knock it down. But again,
short.
That's what you have to do.
And Best throws a better ball than that. That was a little bit wobbly. That's the uncharacteristic pass there from Isaiah Best.
You have an injury.
Yeah, officials timeout on the field. Let's take a quick break as well. 11:55 to go in the third. 28-0, West Virginia State. Brian Nost, Kent, and I are coming right back. That's what I meant to say.
It starts at State.
If you need a lawyer, then you need a lawyer who's in it to win it. You need Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler. We have a track record of winning millions for our clients. At Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler, we're in it to win it.
$28-0, West Virginia State in complete command of this ball game. Brian Nost, Kent Bryson On the call here on MEC Digital TV after the injured player, who was it that?
It was number 5, Kendall Bournes, sophomore, strong safety. His backup should be number 12, Terrion Godfrey. And I'll see if he's actually entered the game.
Yeah, Bournes, a sophomore out of Union, New Jersey. Transfer from Myrtle Beach Prep High School. So 2nd and 10 now for State. They give it to Joel Felder, right side. Felder fights his way across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 6 for State. So let's see what they draw up here.
The playbook's open. And I got to tell you, if you're Pennington, Coach Pennington, this is right on the borderline. I mean, you're ahead. It's homecoming. Depending on what they do on this 3rd down, if it's less than a yard, I can see them going for it on 4th.
Yeah. Shotgun snap. Isaiah. Time to throw. Out in the flat. Felder couldn't haul it in. Tried to get it over his right shoulder there, and he could not do it. So they'll bring the punting unit out. But, you know, I mentioned earlier, I started to talk about it. If you're not familiar with State football, Caleb Jantua was the quarterback all throughout summer camp. He was the incumbent coming in, and Isaiah Best, the transfer in from North Carolina, he kind of won the job about 2.5 weeks into camp. And so, Isaiah has really done a great job in taking that job away from Caleb.
Well, and I'm going to say this. I think when you have competition at the collegiate level, the good thing is having more than one capable player is wonderful. And I think that this team is very bonded as a team.
Fair catch called for, and it goes over his head.
That's going to be an interesting call. It looked like I would like to see the replay. I thought it may have touched the returner as he was going back. It was a very dangerous spot.
Yeah, Judge was back there to receive the punt, and I don't know if it hit him or not, but you bring up a good point. The official obviously didn't think so.
They didn't think so, but, I mean, if you're Concord, you do not want your returner following a ball that's rolling. Right. Get out of the way.
Yeah, he gave the fair catch. It went over his head. Just get the heck out of the way at that point.
It's on the 1.
Yeah, not good field position here for Cam Howard. And they'll start.
It's a safety.
And I think that is going to be a safety. We'll see. Yeah, it is for sure. Jalen Gary, the running back, could not get it out of the end zone. Not sure who tackled him, but it is a safety, and put 2 more on the board for West Virginia State.
They were playing the replay, and it looks like it was a big wash over there. But I'm going to give it to the big fellas. I saw that 97 Jeter, 95 Nazir Jones. It was Jeter.
Yeah, you're right. And by the way, that was a 62-yard punt from Brennan Schmidt there a little while ago. 62 yards on the punt.
Tell you, everything's coming up State tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and why not? It is homecoming. You know, we undefeated in the MEC. Looks like it's going to stay that way.
The last time I was here in a night game, they had that nice little, digital light show that they did between the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Looks like it's too bright to do that today.
A little bit.
But I'm telling you, the lights are coming out with the stars from West Virginia State. I mean, it's been some fantastic football, defensively and offensively, this afternoon.
Yeah, but remember, slow start, right? I mean, it was 7-0 after the first quarter. And since then, for Pete's sake, they've been outscored 23-0 since that first quarter has Concord. So now with the safety, they're going to have to do the free kick. And their kicker from down Australia way, Josh Hutley.
Do you think you get free Outback if you're like here in the state of West Virginia from Australia, like officially?
Listen, from what I hear, Outback Steakhouses have nothing to do with what's really real in Australia. But that's just, from what I hear. That's like saying, like an Italian restaurant has nothing to do with what's really like in Italy. So who knows? Mosley's going to field the punt at the 33-yard line. Ooh. And, wow, he is clobbered, is Mosley. That is Jamari Smith, number 2, who laid him out. But, again, great field position.
Absolutely. I think we're going to run it. I think it's going to be a lot of running right now. I think homecoming festivities have started. They've probably been going on for the last 2 or 3 days. I think the fellas are excited about homecoming festivities this evening. A lot of food. I look for them to maintain control of the ball, and I think they're just going to run it.
Did you see all of the tents and all of the smoke from the barbecues when we were rolling in here today?
Yes.
I mean, this campus was packed with people tailgating and doing all kinds of cookouts, and, man, the barbecue is
it's still going on. I can smell it.
And before we get going here, there's going to be a flag. Was it a delay? I think so.
It looked like the quarterback was late in coming out, but they didn't really. I was looking at the play clock. I didn't see it hit 0.
I didn't either. So Isaiah Best stays in the ball game as your quarterback. Justin Pessoa is his sidecar. Best wants to throw, and he'll throw to Pessoa out of the backfield. Justin across the 45-yard line. Well, they'll mark him out at the 45. Goes out of bounds.
It's a gain of 10 or 11. Gain of 11, I believe, on that play.
Well, actually, the line of scrimmage was the 39, so he only got 6 yards on it. After the penalty. Well, I see what you're saying.
After the
I
penalty.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
See there?
It's okay.
You thought I was good a little while ago. Now I'm terrible.
You're still great.
Pessoa, left side. And Justin has the first down as he gets across the 45 down to the 44-yard line, where he's going to be met there by Nehemiah Scott, I believe, on the stop. Yeah, number 1 right there stood him up.
That was a big hit, my number 1.
Marcus Ray, number 3, the top of your screen, wide receiver. Out there with Mosley.
Ooh.
Bess is going to be wrapped up on the blitz. And nothing doing right there as Jamari Smith came through the line untouched.
Yeah, no one's got him.
Pennington won't be happy about that. Yeah.
Oh, he came right in the gap between the tackle and the guard.
Quick blitz right there, and nobody touched him.
See, that makes a coach kind of happy, though. It gives you something to like work on, because everything has been going pretty much West Virginia State's way today.
Best short out route to Quentin Williams. Williams has it. He'll be short of the first down, gets down to the 36-yard line. He'll set up a good, manageable third down.
I'll tell you what, he caught that, and he knew he was going to take a hit. He secured that ball and just kept going.
Quentin Williams, the wide receiver, 6'1", sophomore out of Atlanta, Georgia. Third and 2. Joel to the 35-yard line. He's short of the first down. It'll be 4th and about a yard.
I was going to tell you, watching the line judges line up to spot the ball is always interesting. The near side guy always gives us sort of the benefit.
Yeah, right.
But the far guy is like, I don't know about that.
And this ball is right in the middle of the field, so they both kind of have the same vantage point distance-wise. Yeah, you're right. That's always fun to watch. Inside 7:50 to go on a running clock, and they send Felder in motion, and they give it to him, and they're not going to get it. That was a busted play.
It was a read option. There was a new quarterback in, and he took a step forward at the exchange point, and I think it kind of threw the play off. They wanted to make sure they secure the ball.
Yeah, Caleb was in there on that play. You called it right, and maybe that's the thing about when you have different packages for different quarterbacks. It sometimes might create a little bit of confusion because, you've been doing one thing the whole game and then you switch something up without a whole bunch of notice, and it may cause some problems. And I think right there's a prime example of it. So now Blaine Ferguson in at quarterback. He was listed as the starter today, and Ferguson's first play is a handoff to Jaden Judge, and West Virginia State says, nah, I don't think so, Scooter. We're going to not let you get very far with that one.
Jeter gave him a brotherly hug. About 3. They gave him actually +1, but I think Jeter hit him right at the line and drove him back.
So the quarterback now, Blaine Ferguson, 6 foot, graduate student, 180 pounds. Coach's son out of Jacksonville, Florida. Ferguson hit as he throws, intercepted.
Val West
on the pick, and that wasn't Ferguson's fault. I mean, he was hit as he threw it.
That's that man we talked to you about, Nick Blake.
Was it him again?
It was Nick Blake again. But Val West made an incredible interception off the tip. Yeah, I think they want to retire Nick Blake.
Man, if there's a player of the game right now with 7 minutes to go in the third, number one, Nick Blake. I mean, he has been all over the place today.
And I tell you, he's giving you some, and not at the rise of his level consistently, but I'm just saying, if you look at where he is lining up and what he's doing, it's very reminiscent of like Ed Reed or Troy Polamalu. He's all across the field. He's not just playing corner or safety. He's everywhere.
Caleb Jantua, the quarterback, and he gives the handoff to Justin Pessoa. Pessoa ahead for about 3 yards to the 45-yard line.
He was tackled by number 3, Kawan Mickens, from his safety spot.
State inbounds. Clock continues to tick at 6:40. Now it stops at 6:41. Officials timeout for an injured player for Concord.
And as a side story, when we're looking at Justin Peroy, it looks like Isaiah Best is actually getting some treatment here on the sideline. So apparently there was something that maybe happened that we didn't see when he went in for that, between the third and fourth down on the previous series. But it looks like he's over here with the trainer. They're talking a little bit. Doesn't seem to be any sort of urgency. So hopefully it's something minor and he can come back in and finish this game.
Well, but seriously, let's think about this. 30-0, really no threat from Concord right now. Why risk, why not give Caleb a little bit of playing time?
Oh, he's going to get playing time, but we gotta finish. I would say that even as a coach, I think he hasn't liked the last 2 series. So he wants them to at least, if he's going to pull them after they've done something successful. They scored a touchdown here. I would be very surprised to see any of the number ones in offensively.
Now, they do have a couple of other quarterbacks on the roster. Dury Trahan, number 19, who's a freshman out of Lexington, Kentucky. Also Cedric Hill, who wears number 12, is a freshman out of Atlanta. Those guys are on the roster. Whether or not they see playing time, who knows. But anyway, we're back to live action here as Caleb Jantua is the quarterback. They show blitz, but they hand it off to Justin Pessoa. And Pessoa inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. First down for West Virginia State.
And notice the tempo is picking up. I don't know if they've sort of seen something on film, but they're not allowing Concord to sub. They're keeping the same personnel on the field, and they're just going.
Pessoa again down to the 21-yard line.
It's another first down.
Pessoa, before that carry, 14 rushes for $139 today. Of course, that long one that they had out of his own end zone was the big lion's share of that. And they give it to number 5 again. Pessoa inside the 20, down to the 19.
And they're running between when the ball is set and when they're hiking. And they're taking about 10 seconds.
Yep. Super tempo here from West Virginia State. 3 wide receiver set. Go from the pistol to the shotgun formation. Jantua. Pessoa again, right side. And they're still on it. He's still on his feet. How about it, man?
Hey, them big guys is happy. They said rugby scrum.
Even though he got inside the 10, they're going to mark him down at the 12-yard line.
There was no whistle. Wow. There was no whistle. I mean, if you're going to say forward progress, then you blow the whistle. But there was no whistle until he was down on the ground. And that's the difference between that spot. 3rd and 1.
Yeah. So Pessoa remains in the game, and they send Joel in motion, but Caleb Jantua takes it himself. Jantua still on his feet. Run out of bounds at the 6-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. So it'll be 1st and goal for West Virginia State. And Jantua with a nice bit of running right there.
And I'm feeling they like what he's doing in this series. They're not going to switch him out at this particular point. Best, it does look like he's ready to go back. He's sitting on the sideline. He does have his helmet. But I think they're going to allow Janua to finish this series.
Shotgun formation. Felder in motion. They give it to Pessoa. Kind of a misdirection play there. Pessoa still on his feet, and they're going to whistle him dead at the 2-yard line.
I was going to say they blew at dead, but I did see a player from West Virginia State jump on the top of that pile. Yeah. That's a penalty now. And there's an injury.
Another Concord player is down. And, you know, it's hard to imagine with all of that's
Mickens.
Yeah, Quan Mickens, who's made a lot of tackles in today's ballgame. You know, with that big scrums like that, that's how people get hurt. You know, guys get rolled up on.
It's a lot of weight if you're on the bottom of that scrum.
No doubt. Mickens is up and off under his own power. Mickens, a 6'1 junior from Miami, Florida, West Broward High School. So West Virginia State, fortunate to stay pretty healthy so far today, knock on wood. I mean, Concord has had a lot of injuries, but we've been relatively healthy. And now, as you mentioned, Isaiah has been on the sidelines for this series. Not sure what was going on there, but he does have his helmet. Broken play in the backfield as Jantua and Felder get tangled up.
And I was going to say, that's probably been the 3rd time that they ran that play with that personnel grouping, and the timing of it is off. I think, and this is the prime example. When ones are practicing with ones, you generally have twos practicing with twos. So if you notice, Janua and Pessoa's, their timing is much better with it. And it's probably because they practice it a lot more than Janua and Felder do.
Yeah. So pistol formation. Now they bring Felder in motion, and Jantua over the left side. He's into the end zone from 4 yards out. And he followed his blocker, did a really nice job of going over that left tackle and into the end zone. So touchdown for Caleb Jantua, and they add 6 more on the board.
And I tell you that he's a very, very strong runner. You notice when he gets to the line of scrimmage, he frequently turns those shoulders, squares his helmet, and goes directly north and south to the end zone.
Yeah, he did a good job of following. Joe Jones was the running back 26 there and went right into the end zone for the score. So with 2:22 to go in the 3rd, West Virginia State with another touchdown, and Brennan Schmidt to add the extra point here, and it's up and good. Our score 37-0. Stay with us. Ken and I will be back. You're watching West Virginia State football on MEC Digital TV. Stay with us.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. Today's culinary warriors have been challenged to concoct the ultimate snack masterpiece, using only the finest weapons in our arsenal, snacks and deli delights. Rosemary wields the ancient spears of Laffy Taffy, And Silas counters with the arrow of Slim Jim. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Join us next time for more delicious duels on the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack Off. Till then, keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
And we are back live in Institute, West Virginia. Brennan Schmidt has it teed up at the 35-yard line. And it's going to be a short kick from Schmidt standards. Fielded at the 13-yard line. And with the run back there is Jeremiah Baldry.
There's a big flag. Big flag on the sidelines. I saw that. That was not good.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. You got to tell me what
I'll tell you what was going on. They were having a discussion about how the game was going, which vendor they like. And it looks like someone decided to show him what it was like. He laid hands on him, and he went flying. So you're going to see it right here towards the sideline. If they keep it right there.
Yeah,
he threw him in the corner.
Yep. So it was a personal foul against West Virginia State. That'll be 15 yards. And as far as penalties go today,
I think it's their third.
It's third penalty for 25 yards. They've really been disciplined. As a matter of fact, both teams have been disciplined today. Concord only 3 penalties for 20 yards. So not a lot of laundry on the field today, which is great to see. West Virginia State averaging about 75 yards a game in penalties, so they're well under that average today. Ferguson with the pitch to Judge, and Judge is met in the backfield, still on his feet.
Oh.
He's going the wrong way. Wow.
I was going to say.
Darryl Fletcher got him finally.
Twice. He got him twice. He hits him here, and he was not down, so he gets back up.
Fletcher said, doggone it, get back over here. I'm going to get you.
But that increases his tackle for loss, does it? Right. Hey, he did it right.
He was thinking. Big loss on the play. 14 yards. It's 2nd and 24. Blaine Ferguson under pressure. Throws it out of bounds. Nice job right there. That's number 95, Nazir Jones, creating the pressure. The senior from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. 3rd and 24.
From day one coming up here to Institute, the one thing that stood out for me, and I tell people all the time when I talk about Mountain East football, the size of the players, particularly this West Virginia State defensive line, they are massive.
Yeah.
And they all got a little twitch to them.
Jones is listed at 275, but,
That's when he was a baby.
Yeah. He was born 275.
He was born 275.
Ferguson, out route pass is caught way short of the first down. Marcus Striggles on the catch. They're going to keep the offense out there, and why not?
Hey, you're down 37.
Got to make something happen. 4th and 16. Blaine Ferguson, the quarterback, going right
open.
side. He's got a man, and the pass is caught. And he's finally going to be wrestled down at the 10-yard line. Nicholas Fannin saved the touchdown.
I was going to say that's obviously the best offensive play of Concord today. And, it was just one of those things. I think that Fletcher just got a little behind.
Yeah. And
he tried to make up. He actually tried to look like almost commit the infraction just to get, the 15 yards, but I let him catch it. But, it's a good play.
Yeah, they still haven't changed that rule in college. It's still a 15-yard penalty rather than a spot foul. Judge is going to go to the end zone untouched. He goes to the line, and there wasn't any hole there, and he cuts out to the right side, and he went in untouched. So finally, Concord gets on the board here with 9 seconds to go in the third.
You see the West Virginia State defensive players, the ones sitting on the sidelines, they're very upset. They wanted that shutout for homecoming.
Yeah, they're not going to be happy with that. and the ones still in there. So the ones gave up that series right there.
And that makes the DC happy. The DC can complain about something when he goes back and watches film. We're getting waved at by the Queen. I think 2 queens.
Josh Hutley's extra point is up and good. So with 9 seconds to go here in the quarter, it's 37-7. We'll keep it right here because we know that we're going to take another break here in just a second. So coming up later on this next week, Yellow Jackets are on the road at Wheeling on the 19th, and then on the 26th they'll go all the way down to the University of North Carolina, Pembroke, for 2 games on the road. We will be back here, Ken and I will, on November the 2nd. That will be the last home game of the year against Frostburg State. And Frostburg State not having a terrible year this year, so that'll be a good last home game. And then the last 2 on the road, the 9th of November, the Yellow Jackets are on the road at Glenville State. And then on the 16th, and as Pennington likes to say, that team down the river. They don't like to say the C word around here. But it will be at that team down the river on the 16th of November at Laidley Field. So that is the schedule for West Virginia State the rest of the way out.
I'm going to tell you that match against the team against down the river may be for the conference championship.
Yeah, for sure. Onside kick. It's got to go 10 yards.
Short.
And it does. No, he got it.
Did he?
Yeah,
he
sure
did. Short.
No,
Okay.
No, it crossed the 45 to the 46-yard line. And, John Pennington did say in the pregame, he said, watch for onside kicks, watch for all kinds of stuff like that. And that's exactly what happened.
All right, so now I think they're going to take this personal. I feel like it.
First team defense is still out there.
Yeah, I think they're going to take it personal now. Still a game. You scored 31 in the fourth quarter. They're thinking that they can score 31 in the fourth quarter too. So it's still a game.
Shotgun formation. Blaine Ferguson is the quarterback. Jalen Judge in the backfield. Ferguson to throw. Out route. Pass is caught. Just shy of midfield. He stayed in bounds, and that is Jordan Bentley, the tight end, number 5. Bentley, the senior from Chester, Virginia. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. And that's the final play of the third quarter. Our score, 37-7 in favor of West Virginia State. Stay with us. Ken and I will be back to call the final quarter for you right here on MEC TV.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Back to live action here at Lake and Ray Field at Dickerson Stadium. Brian Nost, Kent Bryson calling the final quarter for you here. Ferguson wants to go long down the right side, and he way overshoots his intended receiver. That was intended for Jeremiah Valdry. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
Well, this is 4-down territory,
sure.
So everything's on the table.
Yeah, I mean, we already saw it. Onside kicks and going for it on 4th down, and nothing to lose here. You haven't, you're 0 for the season. This team has won one game in the last 2 years. And so they're not afraid to pull out all the stops here. Ferguson hit as he throws, and I don't think it was intended for Jake Roberts.
They're calling incomplete.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him. There was no signal from anybody other than the West Virginia State defender. And it bounced. You see it on the replay, it bounced.
Yeah. So 4th and 7.
He's going to get some pressure.
They're showing blitz.
Ooh.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for Valdry.
Who was on that play? Who was defending on that play?
I
It's
want to
that man.
say.
No, it was that man.
Was it Blake?
It was that man.
Zach Hobson was in there as well, but I think you're right.
It was Blake. Don't throw to number 1.
Yeah. Don't throw to his side.
And again, he dropped back in coverage. You know, he's been pretty much playing zone right around the linebacker stage, blitzing a little bit.
We talked about it off camera. He's been the rover today, right? I mean, he's been all over the place.
And he's done everything. Led the band, sold popcorn.
New running back into the ball game. Wow. How about that? Travis McAdoo says, I'm in the game. Man. Graduate student from Staley, North Carolina.
And he gave it a stiff arm. I don't know if that kid's right if he got hit like that.
McAdoo, number 17.
Yeah, it was Mickens. I think he's still down.
Yeah, he's talking to the trainer right there saying, do I really want to get up?
Yeah, it was the one he stiff-armed. It was number 3 that was down. He gave him a violent shiver.
Mickens, that's the second time he's been needing some trainer help today.
That's the first time he got hit by McAdoo, though. That was – and that's all they really need. You know, you already have the speed back. You have the multi-back with Felder, speed back with Perosa. You know, you put in 17. You tell me you got just a strong back like Eric, someone who's delivering blows.
And the officials have turned this into a longer timeout than just an injury. So
they're tired too.
Yeah. But so far in this ball game, I mean, we know it's been all West Virginia State. They've outgained Concord 367 to 197. Rushing yards 232 to 73. Passing yards 135 to 124. Now that's
a little lower.
Yeah, but a lot of it's on that Ferguson play in the last series too. So, all right, here we go. Jantua hands off to McAdoo. He's hit immediately at the line of scrimmage and dropped. On the stop right there is 24, Cole McKinney.
And I believe you said in the pregame when you were talking to Coach Pennington, he said he wanted 200 yards rushing today.
Yeah.
And that's actually what he got.
Yeah, he did. Now, don't forget one of those rushes was for 50-some yards out of the end zone.
He
But
didn't say how he's going to get it. He said he just needed it.
Jantua hands the ball off. Right side. Is that McAdoo again?
It is.
Yeah. McAdoo down to the 35-yard line. Sets up a manageable third down.
I think he's going to finish out the game. Yeah, I can see all the players that come here talking to their.
And Concord will try to make it a 44-14 ball game. As the kicker,
Huntley.
Yeah, I was trying to find out where he's from. Geelong. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but he's from Australia. You know. Geelong, Australia. Geelong. Josh Utley. Geelong, Australia.
He was very good at geography, apparently. He said Athens, and they said Greece. He said nope. They said Athens. He said Georgia. They said nope. He said Athens, West Virginia. All right. We'll get you there.
I guess by bus, it's about an hour and 45 minutes from here.
Oh, Athens?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was talking Australia, and I was like,
Oh,
man.
no.
Athens. I was like, okay, you got me. Well, and it's a different, it's a nice little ride. You get to go stop, straight down the West Virginia Turnpike. Then we stop at Tamarack, get a little snack.
I don't know, Tamarack. Well, yeah, Tamarack they could stop at. The service plaza is still under construction, right?
It'll be under construction for the next 5 years.
Yeah. Good point.
I don't know what's going on. I don't think we have a kick returner out. What's going on?
I don't know. Another onside kick for one thing.
That didn't go.
And they got it again. So they're 2 for 2 in onside kicks today. I mean, you knew it was going to happen. Jamal Johnson was the person that I'm sorry. Jalen Dessou was the person back to receive the kick, but
we got some injured players.
Yeah.
It was kind of a lot of weird things going on. The West Virginia State sidelines was upset. I think they thought it was a delay of game. And then, they had their traditional kickoff. And then the ball just kind of just dribbled. So
Bryce Ferguson, the injured mountain lion.
Okay, they gave it to him. All right, so if you're Concord, things you can be happy about. You've played fairly well, offensively. You just haven't scored a lot. Special teams, you've been really good. Kickoff return.
Yeah. Good point.
Kickoff coverage, you recovered 2 onside kicks. I mean, these are things that are going to put you high.
They can help win you ball games eventually.
Eventually.
When you get everything else working, they can help win you ball games. Ferguson wants to throw right side, and a jump ball. It is caught by Valdry.
Uh-oh. The voice of concern coming from the fans here.
They're picking on Darryl Fletcher on that right side. Again, reserve defense in now for West Virginia State. And the ones still in for Concord. They're trying to do everything they can to take advantage. And that time, Ferguson stood up in the pocket, and he was met and dropped. And that's, again, second time Josh Hancock, his second sack of the ball game.
The clock is ticking.
2:30 to go in the ball game. 2nd and 17. The line of scrimmage is the 29-yard line. 44-14. It's a 30-point game in favor of the Yellow Jackets. It's been all West Virginia State. 7-0 after the first quarter, and then after that, it was just hammered down from there. Ferguson wants to go to the end zone. Nice. In and out of the hands of his tended receiver. I thought, for a second there, he had it.
He did. He had it in the air, but he didn't bring it down to the ground.
Eric Hart, freshman from Gainesville, Georgia. 3rd down. Clock stopped on the incompletion. Ferguson now 7 of 15 for 161 yards and a touchdown. He's been able to move the ball. Their starting quarterback, Cam Howard, largely ineffective today.
He throws a pretty ball.
Pretty ball, and I knew that flag was coming.
That should be offensive.
No.
You think it's defensive?
No, he had him by the jersey the entire time.
Okay.
It was a hold. Now, whether they call pass interference or holding.
Let's see what they're going to call here.
Pass interference. So they're going to tack 15 yards on that, and they are just picking on my guy, Fletcher.
So that should be at the 14, first and 10 at the 14.
Yeah.
think West Virginia State's taking a timeout.
Yeah, 1:58 to go in the ball game, and our defensive coordinator wants to talk about it.
He is not happy.
George Shell is the defensive coordinator for West Virginia State.
And I got to say, this is probably, at this point, going over the West Virginia State games, I'm thinking this has to be their lowest point total given up this year. Between their 5 games that they played.
Yeah, they average giving up 34 points a game. So they're 20 points under their average.
And I was going to say, this may be their season low. So defensively, they played really well. There's a couple of things, that you call in this sort of this time where, sort of the end of the game.
Yeah.
They've given up. So I think they really want to get a stop here. They want to be able to preserve these defensive numbers.
And, it was 20 minutes ago off air. Kent goes, man, we're really trucking right along here. We're about 2.5 hours, and we're going to get out of here really quick. Now it's 3:45, and these last 2 minutes have taken 20.
Yeah, I actually said it was going to be 3:45 was my count-off time here.
Yeah.
And he said, don't jinx us.
I said, don't jinx us, and look what you did, dude.
Well, 2 onside kicks, some penalties. Things happen.
Now with a run there, the clock continues to run. Concord down to 1 timeout. West Virginia State has all 3. Not that they'll use them unless there's an emergency. 2nd and 4. Line of scrimmage is the 8. Ferguson wants to throw. He'll step up, and he is going to be wrapped up. Nice job in the backfield. That is Luke Kaspar, 6'3" freshman from Benson, North Carolina. Curtis McCray on that stop there. The quarterback brings up 3rd and 10. Ferguson flushed.
Ferguson running.
Into the end zone. Pick. Intercepted. Jump ball in the end zone.
Nicholas Fannin.
Yeah, coming away with it is number 8, Fannin. So that'll do it with 36 seconds to go. Victory formation coming up. And, hats off to Concord. They never quit, right? They onside kicks and they kept at it.
Well, and that's the spirit of a team. They're a young team. They're learning how to win. They came here in a hostile environment against probably the hottest team in the Mountain East at homecoming. You're giving them some incredible odds to come in here and compete, but they did compete. This game was very close. It got away in the second quarter, and it just never got back on track.
Yeah, 21 unanswered in the second quarter from West Virginia State. And then 9 points in the third quarter, and then they both scored 7 here in the fourth, and that's going to do it this afternoon. Our final score, West Virginia State 44, Concord 14. Concord drops to 0-6 on the year and 0-4 in the MEC. And West Virginia State will go to 4-0 in the MEC, a solid second place in the conference. And they'll go to 5-1 on the year. So, partner, man, did a great job today. My pleasure.
This is wonderful. We're going to come back and finish it out, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back and doing this again on November the 2nd at home, last home game of the year that you have the opportunity to see West Virginia State against Frostburg. So come on out and see us on November the 2nd. For all of us at Video Productions, our producer, Chris Riggs, executive producer is Butch Mounts. For my partner, Kent Bryson, I'm Brian Noss. Final score, West Virginia State 44, Concord 14. The preceding has been a production of Video Productions on MEC Digital TV. We'll see you November 2nd.